I cry. When I'm happy, I cry. When I'm sad, I cry. When I'm depressed, I cry. When I'm excited, I cry. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Opeyemi Goddess, and if you're new on this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much guys for sticking to this channel. On this channel I talk about love, relationships, marriage, lifestyle, nursing, and basically everything fun. Please do also subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. So guys, today we'll be talking about something very dear to me, very dear to my heart, and this video is specifically for my ladies. So ladies, today I'll be talking about how to be feminine in a relationship. So you're in a relationship, whether you're married or not, it's for actually both situations. So even if you're like in a dating relationship, and if you're like in a marriage relationship, whatever relationship you have, whether you're single or married, but I'm talking about a relationship with a man and a woman, so how you can actually be feminine in a relationship as a lady. So let's just jump right into today's video. It will be very, very interesting. The first way to be feminine in your relationship as a lady is to smile a lot. I know a lot of us like to frown, and I really don't know what we derive from frowning. And then as women, we also need to know that smiling or laughing a lot actually makes us more beautiful. It makes us like appear more beautiful. So ladies, smiling a lot or laughing a lot when you're with your man would actually help to enhance your beauty. And even generally, it has nothing to even do with a relationship. As women, we should learn to smile, we should learn to laugh, and because it kind of just lifts your beauty. If you've observed, whenever you smile in a picture or if you laugh in a picture, it kind of just upgrades your beauty to another level. So I believe strongly that in a relationship as women, we should learn to smile. Don't always frown. Like, you don't always have to carry all your problems on your face. Like, there are a lot of women that go through a lot and you would never tell that they're actually going through hell. Like, you can never tell because they will always look cheerful, they will always smile. So I just feel that we should imbibe that kind of attitude as women. We should just cultivate that habit of always smiling, always laughing, being cheerful. It's something that we have to build as women, because it takes a lot, it takes a lot of energy to actually smile and be cheerful when deep down you're actually like sad or depressed. But it's something that we can actually cultivate. So ladies, please learn to smile, learn to be cheerful, learn to be joyful. Even amidst all those trials of life, I understand, I totally understand. I feel that kind of way as well. You're just like overwhelmed with all the stress of life. But regardless of all you're going through, please just try to put a smile on your face. It kind of just changes the whole atmosphere. Really, it changes the whole atmosphere. So please imbibe it in your relationship as well. When you're with your partner, please try to smile, try to laugh, try to, just cheer up. It would really, really help. For the second point, now for this point, I know I'm going to step on few toes, especially the feminists. So, background information. There are times I feel like I'm not a feminist, and there are times I feel like I'm a feminist. So let me explain to you. So by the original definition of feminism that I know, there was a time I really had to research about feminism. Like, what exactly is this movement all about? And when I actually went to read and study about feminism, I just discovered that the real meaning of feminism isn't what women like portray these days. Feminism is just all about equality for both gender, for both men and women, equality, and it's just like a way of empowering women, ensuring that our rights are not like discarded. It's just a way to ensure that there's equality and equity, between both gender, and that's actually like the basis of this movement called feminism. But I know these days, like, the 21st century definition of feminism is more like, I don't need a man kind of feminism. I don't need help. I'm independent. I don't need anybody to do anything for me. I don't need any help. I can do everything all by myself. So that is why sometimes I just feel like I'm not a feminist, even though deep down I know I'm a feminist, because I also advocate for women's rights. I really want equality. But today's definition that I see around, that I hear around, that I perceive around, I'm not just into it. So which brings me to my second point of being feminine in your relationship. My second point is that you should always ask for help. So I know that some feminists might not like this second point, but I really don't care. I feel this would actually help you to be more feminine in your relationship. Ladies, learn to ask for help. We know you can do everything. We know you're independent. We know that you can survive all by yourself. You don't need a man, blah, 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 blah. I know, but please allow your man to do things for you. This is joy it brings when your man, does things for you. They are, these things are things you can actually do on your own. We know. I mean, you can afford to buy yourself something. You can afford to, carry, large objects or heavy items. We know you can do all that, but imagine you going for groceries and then your man carries all the heavy stuffs, heavy items, and then you just carry the light items. How do you feel as a lady? You kind of feel, oh, that's so beautiful. Or if your man opens the door for you, how do you feel as a lady? Let's be realistic. As much as we want to be, we want to be feminist, we want to join this movement, let's reason it out. How do you feel as a lady if your man opens the door for you, if you have so much heavy objects and he carries the heavy ones and just gives you the very light one to carry? If he does things for you, lifts up things for you, picks up things for you, how do you feel as a woman? One of the ways you can actually be feminine in a relationship is by asking for help. Ask for help. Ask your man to help you do this, to help you do that. And I'm actually not saying you should be lazy in a relationship. At the same time, I'm not saying you should do everything by yourself because you're a feminist, because you can do everything. No, it is feminine to ask for help, especially in a relationship. Asking your man to help you to do that, to help you to do that. I mean, I feel some type of way when maybe I get to my head of my husband and I just tell him, oh babe, can you please help me buy bread when you're coming home? I can afford to buy bread on my own, guys. I mean, when I was coming home, I saw the bread. I could actually branch and buy the bread, but there's just something, I don't know, it just gives you, I don't know, that's the way I feel. So always ask your man for help. I feel some type of way when I just call him. I'm like, oh babe, I actually forgot to pick up something from the store. Can you help me pick up this? And he's like, oh, no problem, I'll do that. And then he comes on with those things. There's this joy that you feel within you. So ladies, please always ask for help. Tell your man to do something for you. They will gladly do it. I feel like as women, we don't let them do things for us because we just want to be independent. It is good to be independent. I'm an independent lady. But regardless of all that, I like it when my man does stuffs for me. I like it when he picks up things for me. I like it when he buys me stuffs. I like it when he gives me money. I collect his money. I like it. Let's not pretend like we don't like all those things. So if you want to be feminine in your relationship, you should always ask for help when you need help. Please. The next point is that you have to dress like a lady. So you want to be feminine in a relationship. How else would you be feminine if you don't dress like a lady? Please, ladies, you're actually a lady. That's why you're called a lady. So dress like a lady. Dress in an appealing way. I don't know how else I have to say this. Just in an appealing way. There's a way a lady is meant to dress like that. Let your appearance be appealing to your man. I mean, if you have to wear a dress, wear a dress. When you need to wear trousers, wear trousers. When you need to wear skirts, wear skirts. Just appear like a lady should appear. Like, ladies, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Please dress properly. So the next point I would mention is that as ladies, as women, we need to be nurturing. If you want to be feminine in your relationship, you have to be nurturing. And I feel this is innate for every woman. Every woman has that innate tendency to be nurturing. We're nurturers. I mean, that's the way we were created. So except you want to ignore that part of you, except you want to water it down. If you want to be real with yourself, it's just innate. You can't help it. Like you just want to nurture. You want to be a nurturer. A woman wants to pamper. It's just innate. And you should have the same kind of attitude towards your man in a relationship. Be the nurturer. Be kind to your man. Pamper him. Ladies, this is 2020. Pamper your man. Nurture him. How else can I actually explain this? Okay, for instance, if you guys have noticed, when men are sick, they act as if they want to die. I don't know why that is the situation. Like, a woman can be sick and still be cooking. She can be sick and still pick up the kids in school. She can be sick and still go to work and not even tell her boss that she's sick. I mean, a woman can actually be sick and still be running her life and everything will still be perfect. When a man is sick, you would actually think he wants to die. Like, I don't know why they're like that when they're sick. And I also feel like men don't fall sick as much as we women fall sick, or maybe my own situation. I don't want to generalize. And I just feel like, so whenever they are sick, this is what I think, and this is my opinion. I just feel like whenever men are sick, because they feel like, oh, I've always been the one pampering this woman. Now that I'm sick, I also want to be pampered. I feel that's the way they feel. So whenever they are sick, they're just like, ah, like they just want us to nurture them, they want us to pamper them. And I just believe that that is part of the feminine nature. So please, as a lady in a relationship, you can't afford not to nurture your man, you cannot afford not to pamper your man. Give him that pampering he needs, that tender loving care he needs whenever he's sick, or even when he's not sick. Just try to be yourself. That is who we are as women. We nurture. So just try to be yourself. Try to be yourself. If you are yourself as a woman, you would do it even without knowing. You would always nurture your man, and even everybody around you, not necessarily your man. You find it so easy to help people, nurture people around you. But now I'm talking about relationships now. So in the context of a relationship, as a lady, you cannot afford not to nurture your man. You can't afford not to pamper him, give him some tender loving care. So ladies, the next way you can actually be feminine in your relationship is to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And this is still part of the feminism thing that I was trying to explain the other time. I feel like in the bid to be like a feminist, or in the bid to portray yourself as a feminist, we kind of prevent ourselves from being vulnerable. Like, you want to appear like you have everything all together. You want to appear like you have everything in control. That is impossible. You cannot always have everything in control. Like, you cannot always have everything together. You cannot always have everything going on well with you. I mean, you can never reach like equilibrium, or you can never achieve balance every day of your life as a woman, especially because we have to juggle a lot of things as a woman, or as women we juggle several things. So allow yourself to be vulnerable with your man. Don't hide your feelings. If you have to cry, cry. Ladies, I'm a crying machine. I cry a lot. Like, if you want to know when I'm overwhelmed, I cry. When I'm happy, I cry. When I'm sad, I cry. When I'm depressed, I cry. When I'm excited, I cry. I just cry. I don't know why I cry. I can't help crying. I just love to cry. So why should I hide my feelings when I'm with my man? And I'm so vulnerable with my husband, and I just feel that as women we should be vulnerable with our men. And that's the essence of being in a committed relationship. I mean, if you trust someone enough to be in a relationship with them, then you should be vulnerable with them. As women, or as feminists, don't try to hide your emotions. Don't try to, I don't know, women try to hide so much, and we just want to appear that we have everything all together lovely, all together beautiful, all together fantastic. No, that's a big fat lie. There are times that we're just a mess. Let your man know that you're a mess at the moment. Like, be vulnerable. Let him know you're not feeling too good. Let him know you're depressed. Let him know you even feel like everything is not going well with you. Let him know all those things. Don't hide it. Like, don't hide it. So if you want to be feminine in a relationship, you have to be vulnerable with your man. That is why he's your man. That is why you love him, and that is why he loves you. Be vulnerable. Please be vulnerable. So that's that about vulnerability. Please allow yourself to be vulnerable. Let out your emotions. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Let out those emotions. It will really, really help you. The next point now. This might burst some bubble. The next point now is that if you want to be feminine in a relationship, ladies, you have to give. Ladies, you can't say you're feminine and not give. Let's think about our mothers. Like, I know this generation is woke, like, but like, I can't give a man my money. I know. I'm also not gullible. Like, especially when it's not a committed relationship, I can't imagine giving a man. I mean, I've had to learn from it. There was a time I was gullible, but I've had to learn from that. And I don't even advise women to give men that they're not even sure of. I don't advise them to spend their money on a man that they're not like committed to. Like, it's not a marriage relationship, and it's not like you guys are engaged and all that. But at the same time, if you're in a committed relationship, you should give. There's no law, there's no rule, there's no theory that says that a man should always be the one spending. As a lady in a relationship, spend your money. Ladies, I'm the queen of surprises. I've said it before in a relationship. I think when I talked about how to manage a long distance relationship or so, I'll leave the link here. I mentioned it that I give surprises a lot. I organize surprises. I give gifts to my man. And this is also because he does the same for me. Like, he spends so much money on me, and I feel it's just common sense to do the same for a man that does the same for you. So ladies, it is wrong to always collect and not give. Please imbibe that attitude, imbibe that, that nature of giving. That's why we're women, we give. So you shouldn't always be the one collecting and collecting from your man. Give, buy him stuff. I mean, if it's worth your time, then it should be worth your money. Buy him gifts, buy him shoes, buy him fantastic wristwatch. Yeah, ladies, you know these things. Please spend your money on your man as well. It shouldn't just be a man spending money on you. Spend your money as well, but please ensure you're spending money at the right time in a relationship, and ensure you're spending money on the right man. So that is all I have to say about that. Okay, the next point now is that as ladies, we have to be warm and receptive. That might be a little bit related to being nurturing as a woman, but I think this is just a bit different. So as a lady, if you want to be feminine in your relationship, you have to be warm and receptive. How can you be a woman and people are visiting you, people are coming to your house, and you're always nagging? You're not warm, you're not receptive. You shouldn't be cold as a lady. You should be warm, you should be receptive. People should find it so easy to come up to you. The atmosphere and the aura around you should be receptive as a lady. So that's another way to be feminine in your relationship. Okay, the other thing I'll talk about is that you have to be smart. I mean, you have to be smart. Women are smart. So you can't say because you want to be feminine in your relationship and then you're like, you're just so, I don't know how to say it, you're just so, I don't know. What's the opposite of being smart? I don't know. You're just being, I don't know. But as a lady, you have to be smart. You have to be assertive. You have to be assertive. You can't be feminine without being assertive. You have to be femme. So 3 things now. You have to be femme, you have to be assertive, and you have to be smart as a lady. If you want to be feminine in your relationship, you can't avoid those 3 things. As much as we want to be soft, we want to be tender, you also have to be assertive. Learn to say no when you're meant to say no. Learn to say yes when you're meant to say yes. You shouldn't be gullible. Yeah, that's a word. As a lady, you shouldn't be gullible. You shouldn't be stupid as a lady because you want to be feminine and then you take rubbish. No, you should be smart. You should be assertive. Know when to say no. Know when to say yes. And of course, you should just be assertive. You have to be confident. You have to be bold. And those are ways that you can actually be feminine in your relationship. Okay, now to the last point. As a lady in a relationship, you have to be playful. You have to be playful. And I don't know. Don't wear your problems on your face. Don't wear your problems on your face. I mean, as women, we go through a lot, and there's no point taking out all those aggression on your partner. It just doesn't make any sense. Learn to be playful, learn to be soft, learn to be tender in your relationship. So you want to be feminine in that relationship, but then you're not playful. You're always like uptight. You cannot always be uptight in your relationship. It won't work. I mean, so please, as women, let's try to be playful. Release all those tension. Don't be uptight. You don't have to always be serious in your relationship. Play with your man. Play together, gist together, share jokes together, reminisce on old memories together. Just be soft and tender. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of this video. If you have other tips on how to be feminine in a relationship, please endeavor to drop them in the comment section. I'll be in the comment section reading all your comments. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever I put up videos on my channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video. Please share to your loved ones. Thank you so much guys for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.